Hello, Sandy Dumont here, the image architect, and I'd like to talk about the flow system of color analysis. I had a phone call and chatted with an image consultant for a while, and she explained that she thought the flow system was simple. It wasn't so complicated as trying to figure out warm and cool. Well, that's the whole basis of image consulting. If you can't tell if a color is warm or cool, you shouldn't be in this business. Now, I checked out the image consultant's website that she told me about, and she's using the Munsell system. Well, the Munsell system is ideally used in corporate America, industry, and it's for decorators, etc., where they want to know the grayscale. So if you start with white at the top, black at the bottom, you'll have a color right in the middle, and it's identified as the medium range grayscale. And then it will identify when a color changes from blue to pink, for example. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about what I disagree with in terms of trying to do image consulting using the Munsell system of identification of colors. It really has nothing to do with telling you if you look better in one color or another. And on this woman's website, she says, is there more to color than just warm and cool? The only accurate answer to this question is yes, yes, and yes. We've all heard of the terms warm and cool when referring to color, but did you know that 2/3 of all colors are neither warm nor cool? I beg to differ with her. If you can't tell when a color goes from warm to cool, you really shouldn't be in this business. And if you have cool skin like I do, if you try to put a color on that has just barely crept over the line into warm, and you can't see the difference in how it affects your looks, you also shouldn't be in this business. If you have cool skin, you will never, ever, ever look good in warm colors. Now, this image consultant also says a true red contains yellow and blue. So this puts it in one of those so-called neutral colors. There's no such thing as a neutral color, just like there's no such thing as being neutrally pregnant. You are or you aren't. A color is warm or cool. Now, the problem with trying to rely on the Munsell system to tell a client whether or not they look better in certain colors is really a problem, because he classifies colors into hue, value, and chroma. And I'm going to read what everyone says about hue. It's when a color goes from pink to blue, for example, it changes hue. So it has a blue tone or it has a pink tone, we might say in everyday language. Then there's value, and that's when a color goes from blush pink on the light spectrum, close to the 0, to dark maroon, and it changes value. So high value, pink, low value, maroon. And then there's chroma, and that's when a color is going from a clear, bright pink to a muted, flat pink. And you can think of satin, they're both pale pink, high chroma, or muslin. It's losing its chroma then. Unfortunately, Munsell did not make a category that defined warm and cool. He left it up to the individuals. Of course, he was not using color to determine if you look better. He really was frustrated that people couldn't identify colors by those characteristics. So he was characterizing colors and putting them in special categories. So I'd like to show you one of those so-called neutral reds. Now, let's take a look at these 3 reds. This one is the color wheel red, and I promise you it is not neutral. It is cool because I can wear it. This one is that in-between so-called neutral color, but it is a warm red. As soon as you put just a few drops of yellow in a red, it becomes a warm red. And this, for the naked eye, is a real orange red. But if you're shopping and you see a jacket or a suit in this color, a t-shirt or whatever, you're probably, and the average person for sure, is just going to call it a red. They might even call it a true red. It's not a true red. It's an orange red, or red orange, we could call it. Now, I'd like for you to see my color, which is a true red, straight from the color wheel, the red, blue, yellow spectrum, and it is a cool red. And what you'll see when I take this away, first of all, is a loss of color. I'll look more pale. The next time I want you to look along my face, right around here, and maybe look here. You'll see that my skin color is not as smooth. I will get lumps and bumps, as I lovingly call them. I'll look older. So let's look again. And when I take it away, look for lumps and bumps. I'll try not to change my facial expression, but my skin color should be smoother. And according to one university study, if your skin is smooth, no matter whether you have wrinkles or not, if the color is uniform, you will look 15 years younger than when your skin is mottled or splotchy. And that's what happened to every person who has aged. So you will get more lumps and bumps on your face. Your skin is not as smooth. So one last time, and I think you will agree, I look older. My skin color is not quite as smooth. All right, now we're ready to test those pinks. And here's an example taken straight from the image consultant's page. And you'll see that she lists neutral colors. And I've got some fabrics here. This would be a neutral color, and this would be a neutral color, a warm pink. These are cool pinks. And then it goes into orange, no question about that. But when you're shopping, and you're told that you have cool skin and you shouldn't wear warm colors, and you come across this, I guarantee you that a lot of people are not going to recognize this as a warm pink, and it should probably be called hot pink. Wouldn't that be a good name for it? So you're going to put it on, and this is a neutral color, so she says most people look better in the neutral range instead of the extremes, that 2/3 of the people are in the neutral range. I disagree. I take exception to that emphatically. So this is a color that I should be able to wear, probably most people should be able to wear, but I'd like for you to see my color, in fact. And when you put it here, I think you can see that it turns more salmon pink. If I put it next to this extreme color on the end, then you can tell it's a warm salmon pink. And that's what I tell my clients to do. You have your swatches, and if you have a fuchsia and you're in doubt, a magenta and you're in doubt, you put it next to one of those colors with obvious blue, with plum undertones. So we're going to do the same test as before, and I want you to tell me if I lose color. I think you will see a color loss. The next thing is to look for those little lumps and bumps. And I want you to especially look here and look around here. You'll see that it's not as smooth when I take it away. So this is the neutral color that supposedly everyone looks better in than those wildly deep colors that blondes are told to never wear. I'm told to wear only baby pink and blush pink and so forth. And of course, other colors that are warm because of my green eyes. But I think you'll agree that this color does not look quite as good as this color. I might even look 10 plus years older. Now, here are the two colors that everyone that I've met who's an image consultant says are for Sandy Dumont, that I should get that dreadful black and I should never wear white. Get them away, because they're not for blondes. So, first they look at my soft blonde persona, and they're going to put me in this because I've got green eyes. So there's the perfect color for Sandy, and you'll have to forgive this dreadful bright pink lipstick. I would have to change it for a soft pink. Now this, in fact, is peach, so it's warm, and I'm sure these would be called by my color person who uses the Munsell system would be called a neutral color. But I call it warm, and I call this one cool. And I'll look a tiny bit better in this one than in this one. But it's still not my color, and I'm going to show you my color. We'll be right back. Okay, here's my color that every image consultant I've met gets annoyed when I tell them this is my color, and they say, no, that's your color. You be the judge. Which one looks younger? Which one looks more attractive? Who has more lumps and bumps? Love that name. And who has smoother skin? Take a close look right around the chin and up on the cheekbone, and especially at the furrows. Look at my furrows. They will probably be more prominent. Now, I told you that I didn't permit anybody in the bright, cool category that is more correctly called summer. I didn't allow them to wear burgundy because it has a drabness that makes it a winter color. Winter is very drab. It's not a bright season. So would you rather look like this or like this? If you're the head of a union and need to get everybody a little bit scared of you, you might want to wear this color. But if you want to look nice and a little more attractive, I think you'd be better off in this color. So my evidence after 30 years of research is that there are no people who wear neutral colors. I lived in Belgium 23 years. I was the president for a while of the Women's International Club with 900 plus members. I have done color analysis for 35 plus different nationalities. I took the time to count them up one day. And they are from Asia, they are from the Middle East, they're from South America, they are from North America. And I have seen that the warm, cool designation is the most crucial thing. If you cannot tell if a color is warm or cool, you need to go back to the drawing board, and you need to start learning to look and see, as I call it. Because we don't choose colors from the mirror. Image consultants don't either, I'm sorry to say. We choose them from here. That's the heart and soul. We choose them from habit. And it's not going to help you if you want to look better. If you want to look better, you need to find out if you have warm or cool skin. And my final word is this. Those muted seasons, like the seasons, the time of year with less daylight, autumn and winter, the drab colors make people look a little drab in terms of their persona, and their hair can sometimes get drab as well. For example, if I put this autumn color on, and then I put a cool color on, you'll see my hair get drab. My persona gets drab as well. And my eyes may lose their sparkle. So I haven't found in 30 plus years a single person who looks better in autumn colors, not a single one, in terms of looking better, in terms in the office of looking more dynamic, like a go-getter. It's almost the opposite when you put on autumn colors. So that is my conclusion after 30 years of hands-on color analysis with 35 nationalities.